Hi friends, welcome to my kitchen, welcome to my table, welcome to my yarny crazy world. This is Sally here on Camp Creek, and I wanted to pop in and show you I finished something. Bells, whistles, lights flashing, woohoo, woohoo! Praise the Lord, the angels are singing. I finished something. I wanted to show it to you. This is my Tammy sweater. It's a tutorial from Krista at the Secret Yarnery, only slightly modified. I believe this was their breast cancer awareness project at least 1 year ago, probably two, I don't know. But I wanted a sweater I could wear at home that I could just kind of wear in the evening, didn't have to be fancy, a little warmer than just a lightweight, just kind of a medium weight. Anyway, so I made one. And I like the sleeves. I love the dolman sleeves on this. I'll show you. I can do it without knocking my phone over. It's a little bit big, but that's okay, because I kind of wanted it big, and I put pockets on it. I washed it already, and I blocked it. This yarn is a bit scratchier made up than it was when I was rubbing it all over my cheeks at the Hobby Lobby store. There it is. Got me some big pockets down here. Some would say the pockets should be a little higher so that when you put your hand in, it goes up, but I like where they're at just fine. I didn't really want them too high. That's just to put a hanky in, or a random toy I pick up off the floor. I like the dolman sleeves. It's very hard to see on my phone, but you can kind of see. And I did the sleeves so I can push them up because that's how I'm going to always wear it. And see, I've got pockets. This is so when I go out to the hen house, I can gather my eggs, just put them in my pockets. When I have too many, I do that all the time. Can't tell you how many showers I've had to hurry up and take before I went somewhere because I put an egg in my pocket and then I bent over. So this is that sweater. I like it. I want to make another one. I want to make another one out of a mandala, Lion Brand with cake with all the colors. I want to make one that will come out in a stripe. You make it up and down, front, back, like this. And then you put only seaming you do is at the sides. And then you start the dolman sleeves, and that's created with a 3-stitch decrease or 3 double decreases each round under the arm. And the trick to getting that right is to make sure that you put them in the right place, otherwise your seam will go kind of wonky and you'll have a funny little twist in it. But I used a stitch marker for that. I put a stitch marker in the center decrease from the row before, so I would remember where to start, when to start. And then I put let's see how many. I went all the way around it with a single crochet after it was finished, all the way around it. I started at a side seam, and then I went all the way around, so that gave me a foundation for my ribbing, my 1x1, or I guess that's how you call that, ribbing, just crocheted ribbing. I seriously thought about putting that slip stitch ribbing on it that sometimes we make, where you slip stitch in the back loop and it makes a real stretchy ribbing. I've made a lot of crocheted mitts out of that pattern because they cling so well. But I didn't, because this was so bulky. I thought it needed the bulkier look. This is very bulky looking, which is what I wanted. So I went around that. I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds all the way around. And then I also did around the cuff the same way. Now, when you do the cuff, it's very hard to see, but when you do the cuff, you have these stitches that are like a triple. And what that does is, you can see here is the decreases. So that, what that does is it creates a more even edge to put your ribbing on. And that's a really good idea. And I did that. Where you're doing doubles, 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 and then you do several triples, and then you go back to doing your doubles, and that brings that so that your cuff is even without a dip. Okay, then I just added the pockets, and I just wanted a big pocket, so this is my big pockets. I've got to have a pocket on a sweater because I always have a hanky in the wintertime, or a tissue or a paper towel or a wad of something to blow my snoot on. That's my pocket. Okay, see that? And I just did that by making double crocheted. I believe I started here, and I made my ribbing, a front post, back post ribbing. And I like that ribbing because, as you can see, because you start with a chain, you get a finished top. However, you know, it's not real scrunchy this way, but it does draw up some like traditional or classic knitted ribbing. But I like the look of it, and I like that this looks like has a finished top look to it. And then I believe I did a half double row, and then I just did double crochet the length that I wanted. It was very soft feeling on the skein when I picked it up. And then when I started working on it, I realized this is very scratchy. It's Yarn Bee Rustic Romantic in the color Red Rhodes. It's a 85% acrylic, 15 hemp. Comes in a 3 ounce or 100 gram ball, 220 yards or 202 meters. It recommends a US 7, 4.5 millimeter knitting needle, or a J, which is a 6 millimeter, or a 10. I think that would be way large for this yarn, and I actually used an H. Oops, this is not an H, this is an I. I used an H. Metal boy hook. This is my favorite end hook. I do use a Susan Bates sometimes, and sometimes I prefer it depending on the yarn, but this is generally what I use. Now, when I did my decreases, because my decreases tended to be gappy, I think I crochet a little loose. I went down a size and used a G for the stitch before the decreases, all the decreases, and a stitch after, just to snug them up. I also tried to watch my tension, and if I had a row where I was just too tight, I went ahead and made a row with my H hook. Yes, I went down. This is an H. I don't know if I said that or not. 5 millimeter, and this is a G, which you know is 4.25. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. And that's what I did. Now, I did wash this in the washing machine on hand wash. I held my breath the whole time. I didn't even pass out because it was so scratchy that I just didn't know if I could tolerate it. It's really not intolerable. That sounds bad. But it is a bit scratchy, and my skin's somewhat sensitive, and scratchy things I'm not a fan. So outerwear, awesome, doesn't bother me at all. But for a sweater that I'm going to wear on my arms and my neck especially, I didn't want scratchy. So I washed it with a little Arm & Hammer soap on hand wash in cold water. And then I let it drain on the hand wash cycle. I think it does a very slow spin, which I wish I knew how to get rid of that, because sometimes you just want the water to come out. You don't want any spin. But I went ahead because I knew I had to soften it up or I wasn't going to be able to wear it. I'm sure it's the hemp. It's got these little flecks in it, these little hemp flecks here and there. And there is a stick tight. Look at that. That's a sticker on my yard. Anyway, and I have not been rolling in the grass, I promise. Where that come from? But I wanted it to soften up. I intended to put some vinegar in my water, but I got distracted and I didn't get it done. But nonetheless, nor did I use any fabric softener. I would have, but sometimes the smell of fabric softener kind of gives me a headache. And the vinegar would have softened it quite a bit. But like I said, I got distracted and I didn't get any in. So, but it came out much softer. And then I laid it out on my bed to block it. And I think it turned out okay. I like it pretty good. I probably will wear it. I may even wear it. I don't know. I might wear it to church. The intention was I wanted something that I could put on and just wear at home. Sometimes it's nice to put something around yourself that you've made, just because you love to make things, and it's just, I don't know, it's kind of validating. That's big words, but anyway, I finished it. And I'm very happy with it. And I would like to make it again out of, like I said, a mandala. Because I like the stripe that goes front to back. So it goes up and back like this and then around the sleeves. And I just think I like the way it looks. So I finished something. Well, today we had church course this morning. And then I come home and I usually fix Sunday lunch. So we had cowboy soup. And I guess it was good, everybody ate, but somewhere along the line, one of my little granddaughters drug out one of these, and I just wanted to show these off. This was been on my old desk in there, in a vase, well, a mason jar, my vase. This is a homemade crochet hook. I don't know if you can see that or not. No, see, that didn't work, does it? Oh, here, let's do this. Yeah. There's one. See how long it is? I would say that's at least a J or maybe even a K. Of course, it's not marked. This one, I think, is the same. No, it's not. This one's a little smaller. It may be more of a J. Or maybe it's a J and an I. I don't know. And then there's this one's probably my favorite. Look at that big old handle. See, like this is really old, and this is like, those furls hooks, which I've never had one, but I've seen them. They have the big fancy turned bottom, or sometimes it's just big round. See, it's big round. It's like a homemade furls right there, folks. There you go. Before furls was a thing. Anyway, the tips of these, I have crocheted a time or two with this one, I believe, because it has a better hook. But you can see those hooks are not real deep. This one is better. I don't know. My phone is sad. This one is better. But I worked at a nursing home for a long time. And we cleaned out a storage room and it had an old sewing kit in it. And they sent me out to the trash to throw the old sewing kit away. And these were in amongst all the junk. Everything was rusted. It had been gotten rain or water or something in it. And so I asked if I could have these, and my boss said, well, I don't care. Just throw them. It's trash. It's going in the trash. So anyway, that's where I got them. I have no idea who made them. I know someone's carved them and made them. Where they came from. This one is long. I believe it even has a little point on the end. I believe it could be used for Tunisian. Well, this one could too, because it's same size, but this one is just interesting. It's just interesting. So she also drug this thing out. I have never made anything with this. I bought this for a couple bucks at Basket Market, and it's a Hobby Lobby outlet in the city, Oklahoma City, down by the airport. If you ever get a chance to go, they always have neat stuff. I think that's like where they get rid of their they get rid of a lot of their flowers. They have a lot of flowers there, seasonal maybe. A lot of stuff that they buy for display and for like maybe trial stuff, like maybe they make a bunch of things and then they decide what they're going to carry in their store, and then they get rid of the samples. That's the word. So I just thought those were neat, and I don't know where they came from, but I thought they would be fun to share. You know, we all like our different hooks. Here's an old boy hook that was my mom's, and this is an eye, and I use this a lot just because it was hers. I bought a set of these tulip, I believe is what these are, and there's a couple of them. The neatest part of this was the cute little scissors, which I gave to my daughter. I wanted a set, and these are nice, but I'm not real crazy about the handle. I just never, for one thing, it's short, and I have big old man hands, and it's short. But I do use them, and I'm glad I have them. See how much better that fits in my hand? It just fits better. And then I bought a set of these, which I have the other pieces too. I wish they came in mine didn't come in a case, but these are, yeah, clover. Clover? That's what they are. Yeah. Anyhow, and I like them. Is that what they are? No, I can't think. I bought all of them, and I like that they're marked. But again, this is not really. I tend to crochet like this, and these fit better like this, and my pencil style is feels more conducive to this. But when my hands start to hurt, I will get these tulips out, or these clovers. This is a boy. I picked up a set of these a few times. I was going to make myself learn to use these padded handles so that my hands wouldn't get so tired, but I never really could do it. I could never really do it. This was always my favorite hook of these. Anyhow, that's what I did. I finished that, so I'm just plumb proud of myself, because I've been having the trouble finishing stuff lately, but I'm so glad I got that done. And anyway, I just wanted to share that. So come Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, when I finally get to make a video and I don't have any work done on my sock, I have an excuse, because I finished this big old sweater that I've been working on all year. I also have several baby blankets I need to make. I have a new great nephew that I want to make a sweater for. I made a sweater for his sister, and I want to make a sweater for him. He's the cutest thing you ever saw, I tell you. Well, he's almost as cute as my grandkids. My grandkids are so cute. They're just so cute. I think everybody's grandkids are cute, actually. I think they're all cute and wonderful. And I got to see my 4 little grandkids today. Hayden's learning to knit, and Kendall is going to learn to knit. She's going to be the knitter. Declan, he's too busy trying to rescue people, because he's going to be a policeman and a fireman and everything else that rescues people. He's always wanting to rescue somebody. And Josie Ray, she's the baby. And the boys, I haven't got to see them, but I will get to see them soon, because I'm going to Vacation Bible School. I'm going to go help them part the Red Sea, and I'm very excited about it. I just think grandkids are such a blessing from the Lord. And if you don't have any grandkids, go find you some. There's kids everywhere who need a grandparent, all over the place. Find you some grandkids, because kids need a grandma and grandpa. They need it. They need it for lots and lots of reasons. You just can love them, and you don't have to buy them stuff. Just hug them and let them make cookies with you, and let them mess up your house, or let them, keep candy in your purse for those little kids at church. Just to be a joy, so that when they grow up, they remember, oh, I remember for instance, I had Mrs. Kennard. I remember Mrs. Kennard. She was always, when everybody was honest about how rotten I was, Mrs. Kennard loved me anyway. And she always told me I was special. And she always said, you're my favorite, even though I know she said that to everybody else too, I'm sure. So Find someone to be grandma or grandpa to, and it will brighten your day and make you happy. That's my tip for the day. So I'm going to get off here, and I'm going to get around and get to church. So you all have a blessed rest of the day, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.